Here is your account update. What to do? It is the position of this program that Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad should be brought to justice and strung up by his Buster Browns. We don't want to overstep our bounds, but we believe that is the position of Ezra's program too. Now the question is, what to do about it? Neither Ezra nor I is in a position to bring justice to Syria. We're not about to parachute under the roof of Assad's palace, rappel down the side of the building, swing in a window, and put two in his chest. Although actually Ezra might. I haven't seen him around the office today, and that guy is unpredictable. Anyway, barring such an act of Herculean heroism, for which Ezra is rapidly becoming known, how would a monster like Assad be brought down? Assad is, at the moment, in the process of killing his own people who have rallied in the streets of Syria seeking freedom. Response from nations that already enjoy freedom, including Canada and the United States, has ranged from innocently ineffectual to downright feckless, but we are understanding. We are highly unlikely to go to war with Syria over civilian protests, nor is a fourth overseas conflict a good idea for anyone right now. The United States and European allies imposed sanctions on Assad, freezing his assets and those of his henchmen in moves that folks fairly well understand are more symbolic than practical. Canada followed suit and has barred Assad from coming to this country, so I guess Assad won't get to the X this year. Okay. I don't mean to make fun of Canada's response because, as I said, there's really not much else that can be done in a practical sense to get there from here, and these symbolic moves were surely the right ones. But let's take a look at Egypt, another nation participating in the so-called Arab Spring. Hosni Mubarak, that country's deposed dictator and, for all his warts, an erstwhile ally of the West, now faces trial for the murder of protesters. How'd that happen? At least some expert guests on this program have suggested that the Egyptian military, who fill the power void until elections are held, sold Mubarak out. As to those elections, it has also been suggested that they are coming too early inasmuch as the most organized group set to clean up in the voting is the Muslim Brotherhood, who are bad news bears of the First Order. So what can we conclude? First, the prospect of a Muslim Brotherhood government in Egypt, with its implications for the fragile peace with Israel, as well as the condition of the region and the world, reminds us that this Arab Spring has its dangers. But as to the fate of Mubarak versus the relative safety of Assad thus far, it seems that despots can be brought down if the right conditions prevail. This is a tricky business, and the West so often gets it wrong. But philosophical, public, and practical support for alternate powers or rebel groups can bear fruit. People who point out the discrepancy between the treatment being given Libyan monster Muammar Gaddafi and the latitude we keep giving to Assad in Syria are quite correct. But as I said, we are not, or should not, be headed into another Mideast war. We can, however, be unequivocal in calling for Assad's ouster and judicious in whom we support to make that happen. Leaders of the G8 nations, Canada, the USA, Great Britain, Italy, Germany, France, Japan, and Russia, are meeting in France this week. There is much to discuss, many hors d'oeuvres to be enjoyed, and there will be a lot of economic and policy talk. But these are comfortable leaders of free or somewhat free countries. They, on our behalf, have a duty to contemplate how best to work in concert to assist our fellow citizens of this world who are rallying for the chance at liberty. We believe and hope that the G8 leaders will do so, and we wish them the very best.